and wide, but it also radiates in directions you don't want. That's why interference hits it from above, below, the sides, pretty much everywhere. So 60 gigahertz is a completely different world altogether. Hardly anything. I'm making a video to more educate people on what 60 gigahertz wireless links are compared to what we get in the market. So I'm not telling you to go out and go and buy this device. What I want to do is educate people on where this device will fit in certain requirements. So let's talk about everyday Wi-Fi frequencies first. You've got Wi-Fi in your house. Your neighbor's got Wi-Fi. Your next door neighbor's got Wi-Fi. There may be a takeaway downstairs that's got Wi-Fi. You may have some office building above you that's got Wi-Fi. So imagine there's so much Wi-Fi frequencies, the networks, the frequencies that are being used, it's completely rammed. You may hear 2.4 gigahertz, and then you've also got 5 gigahertz. So everyone's blasting out on these frequencies. And then what happens, the airspace, it gets a bit noisy. There's channel overlap. What can that do? It can sometimes hamper performance. You can get a drop in speeds. It's just a noisy airspace. So where does that fit into CCTV? Point-to-point wireless link. So you've got one where the camera end is, and you've got one where the receiver end is. And we've got a wireless bridge. I've talked about them many times. There's plenty of different brands out there. So we're talking maybe 5 gigahertz frequency. In that term, it steps up performance because we're away from your traditional domestic Wi-Fi frequencies. However, we can still sometimes get interference because let's say you're on an industrial estate. There's a number of buildings who are utilizing 5 gigahertz frequencies. You've got town center. There's some frequencies being picked up from there. I'll just explain how a 5 gigahertz works. So a typical 5 gigahertz wireless link is more shaped like a rugby ball. So it can travel far and wide, but it also radiates in directions you don't want. That's why interference hits it from above, below, the sides, pretty much everywhere. So 60 gigahertz is a completely different world altogether. Hardly anything is utilizing this frequency compared to your 2.4 and your 5 gigahertz. You're not fighting with dozens of other devices. You've almost got clear highway to yourself. With 60 gigahertz, the beam is extremely narrow. It's more shaped like a laser pointer. It's narrow, it's focused, and it's going exactly where you want it to go. And that narrow shape massively reduces the chance of two links interfering with each other because they just won't overlap. Let's move on to the actual device itself. So we've got the Tachyon Networks. Now, what I have found is there are installers who they're still not confident with IP wireless bridging. It may throw them off, and that's why they're not confident to go out and install them. So what Tachyon have done is they've brought out a box which is pre-configured. So literally all you have to do is take the units out of the box. So I've got unit 1, I've got unit 2. One is your access point, one is your main station, and you go install them up, align them up, pre-configured out of the box. Your job's done. What we can get up to 1 gigabit of throughput speed with the Tachyon unit. We can also go up to 3 kilometers line of sight. Everything in the box is all you need. Get the unit up and running and get that 60 gigahertz wireless link.